Hi guys, Chris here with information about the Azon Mega Live Coaching. I just thought I'd do another video and then I will have more stuff for you, some free stuff that's going to go through regardless of whether you're going to join us in the coaching or not. It will give you some stuff you can use. If you're not going to join us, it will give you literally some free stuff that you can use that I recommend you use if you're serious about making money online and with Amazon, which I know is the same thing. But I wanted to cover in this video specifically, it's going to be a shorter video, and I know I always say that, but it is going to be a shorter video. It's just going to be a question and answer, just a few questions that come through, most asked questions if you will. And I've also created a page where you can book your spot for the coaching. So if this is the first video you're watching, you will also see two videos in the email that I've sent you, and you can go through, and this is what I recommend. If you want the quick version, if you come through to this page, which is a link in the email I sent you, and watch this video here, it's embedded in the actual page, and I'll just play it because I want to just show you something. Yeah, I've paused it now, but it's 22 minutes, so that video will go through exactly what we're going to cover in the live coaching week to week. Okay, very briefly in this video, it's 8 weeks of training. We're going to 8 weeks of training, but saying that will absolutely whiz past, and at the end of it you will have a Amazon business you can be proud of, and more importantly you will be set up making money. I'm going to cover a few things now and sort of go over the main questions, which will shed some light on a few points. But yeah, 8 weeks, you're getting a complete system. I've got some more stuff on the system and how it actually works. What I mean by system is more of a process, except process doesn't sound as cool. But really it's just a process. So literally, when you're working on your online business, you can come to the computer and you can say, right, today I'm going to do this, this, this and this, and get going with your task. Now that sounds overly simplified, but if you were to do that, and you know what you're doing every day, you're building a business, and that is as simple as it is. The things that's difficult is, as I've mentioned in a lot of other videos, is the focus and the massive products surrounding you and the things being marketed, and what it actually does is it destroys your focus and your direction. I've got a really good analogy for you further down the page. I think you'll really like it, how I explain it, and it sums up the coaching system. And I do apologize, I'm going to show you it in a minute. If it's a little bit weird, just bear with me, okay? But I'm hoping it will paint the picture of exactly what the coaching is. So what I'll do is, let me just say, so if you're going to watch this video first, that will explain everything you get. I'm going to run through the questions, and to order your spot you just click one of these green buttons. They're all the way down the page. There's 5 spots left currently. The coaching and the classes will start on this coming Friday. You can see when this timer runs out, it will be Friday. Book your spot. I'd love to have you with me. I'm going to run through who it's going to suit, and you'll also see in this video a full overview of the actual coaching and what we're going to cover. But I've got it here in my notes actually, what we're going to cover very simply, and again you'll get more information in this video specifically, but very simply it's everything we're going to cover in bite-sized steps, all focused on action. So we're going to start off, and I go through everything here, so I won't go on about it in this video, but we're going to go through everything. Niches, how to write content. We're going to go through problem areas in a class where you can ask questions at the end, and problem areas are content, traffic, focus, niches. What niches do you pick? How do you tell if a niche is successful? How long do you work on a site before you move on? How many sites should you build? How do you sell a site? How do you write copy to sell a site? How do you expand a site? How do you turn a site into an authority site? What's the best way for me to start off? Do I start off as like a few page sites, or do I build up a massive big one? Should I have more than one niche on my site? How do I lay out? And so on. And even that, I know I was giving you a lot of stuff there, but these are questions I get. These are all, unfortunately, the things that will stop you dead in your tracks and stop you taking action, and you literally get to a point where you just freeze. And this is precisely where the coaching comes in, because you'll be in there where you've got manageable sessions. We've got really great sessions. If it ends up that we go over an hour, and it ends up going to an hour and a half, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not going to stop it dead on an hour. But the reason I made it an hour a session, there's going to be 2 sessions per week, 1 hour a session. We're going to do it for 8 weeks, is because it gives you a manageable amount of time, an hour to dedicate to this, and about another hour to dedicate to the tasks in each section. Some of the sections or classes will require a bit more time, but you're building a business, so you will have to work hard, but it's going to be fun as well, and it will be manageable. I'm not just going to say to you, right, you need to build 100 sites and then come back. We're going to do it in little bits, and we're going to get progress, and we're going to start getting results, and that's what it's all about. I know it sounds overly simplified, but this stuff is simple. But like when I just gave you a torrent of questions before, when I was just saying, you know, where do I put my links, where's the these things as you're going through will hold you up. Even so, you're picking a niche. Let's take this scenario. Picture this, okay? And you're probably, I dare say some of you may have been there. You're going to pick a niche on Amazon, you're looking at the niches and you start to think, oh, I'm not sure I can write content for this. Or yeah, I've got a good niche, I don't really know what domain to pick. I don't know what theme to get. I don't know how to set the site up. I can't remember what Chris said about posts and pages. I can't remember how to link the pages together. And looking at the competition, there's no way that this is going to rank. What if, in those instances, you had me by your side, literally, over your shoulder, where I said, it's okay, don't worry. This competition's this. If we do this on Google, we can see that these are there. That's a good niche. That isn't. That's a good one. You could then, at the very least, it would give you peace of mind. And I'm not saying that I always get it absolutely right, but what you would do, is you take action and you'd follow through. And more than likely you would start to make sales, and then you would get confidence, and then you think, you know what, this is great, sales are coming in, I'm going to build this site up, and then you've got a whole plan and focus. So that's really what it's about. We're going to cover everything in bite-sized steps, focused on action, small steps, big actions, or big results. So you're actually doing small steps, but it's a compound effect. You're getting results fast. Another question, so that question was, what will we cover? For more on that, watch this video. It goes right into it. How long to make money? What I've done here, because you're investing in the coaching course, so you're investing your time in learning this stuff, my main aim is to get you results, get you making money as quickly as possible. So the way it will work is you're getting a complete system, which is an evergreen system, so you can use it all year round. And to make you some money, to get you some results, we will be covering Christmas stuff. And I'm going to give you some strategies as we go through. It'll actually be mentioned when we do the first class and the introduction of what we're going to cover, and we start getting into it. Very quickly, I'm going to give you some stuff that you can use straight away in the first class to start making money, to start getting some of your investment back. So one, you're feeling inspired, hopefully, when you see sales come in. Two, you're also in, I believe this, and bear with me, I know it's a little bit weird, but I believe totally that your mindset is a huge factor with making money online, offline, anywhere in the world, okay? If you're looking at something and you're thinking, you know what, what's the point in building these sites? They're not going to make any money. You're not going to rank. The keywords don't do any good. I'm not getting click-throughs. You might as well give up. And I'm not saying that harshly, but literally putting yourself through that meal of pain isn't going to be worth your time or effort. I would bite the bullet and I'd go and find a nice boss. There are some out there that just gives you a 9 to 5, only have to do 8 hours, put up with the wage, and just sort of stick it out. That is honestly what I'd suggest. But if you're prepared to start a real business, you're prepared to put the work in, and you're prepared to literally take control of your mindset as much as possible and give real action to this stuff, you will make money. And I believe a huge part of that is getting the right mindset, and that only happens from results. So a lot of the stuff we cover, how long to make money, when I'm going through the first few classes, I'm going to give you some quick fire strategies you can use with Christmas stuff right away to start getting sales in, start getting money in. And I'll be honest, it's not so you're making money, although that's brilliant, but like I say, it's for the mindsets that thing. Because if you see it works, how much effort are you then going to put in this course? And then you're going to love it, then you're going to tell people about it, and then I get more customers, which is brilliant for me, and you have an Amazon business. So the short version is this: yes, there will be stuff straight away aimed towards getting you results as quickly as possible. I'm going to include a few strategies that will help, and I'm actually going to include a strategy that doesn't involve building a website from the offset, but the main meat of the coaching will be building a real business, so you will need to build sites. But straight away we're going to start covering how to make money. The best thing, so what's the, and this is sort of, this is a question I get in many different forms, but what will you get out of the coaching is the main question. If you were to ask me that, I would say this, and I've made the video longer than I thought I would, so I'll just race through it. Focus, that's what you're going to get. Focus and results. Focus is directly linked to results, okay? You need to focus on one thing or two things, but when you've got lots going on and you don't know which way to turn, it can get a bit mad. You need absolute focus if you're going to do this, okay? And that's what it's based on. So we're going to go for focus and results. You will get focus on this instead of being pulled this way and that, shiny object syndrome, all the stuff I've mentioned. You will get focus, and you will also get, I've got in my notes here, tipping point. And what I mean by tipping point is that first sale, or first few sales I've got here. Once you get that, and a lot of people don't even get there, it's not about the monetary amount. Of course it does end up being, you know, you want to keep going till you build a business, but those first few sales, when I got started online, it was my first sale, and my first sale was for $24.97. I can remember it now, and it was years and years ago, and that spurred me on. That is the reason that I'm here now, from that first sale. Because once you make again, it's a mental thing. Once you make it possible in your mind, once you see results, you will give far more effort than you previously have done. So it's that tipping point of getting those first few sales and making it possible for yourself. And last question, guys. Is this for me? Is this for me? This is for you if you are, and I sort of covered this in a previous video, so I'll just go through it briefly. If you're serious about creating a job replacing income, you are prepared to work. There'll be small steps, but you are prepared to work. You're not looking for a push button system. That means, you know, if you're looking for a push button system, this isn't for you. If you're looking for something where someone says, set up this thing automatically to run in the background of your computer, and it literally, like some Bitcoin thing or something that gives you stacks and stacks of money. I'm not saying that you can't find stuff that works like that. I'm saying this isn't what this is about. This is about a real business. And a real business comes from, in my experience, from focus, which is direction, and know-how. And you can pay for the know-how. That's what this coaching will be. I will show you exactly how, when you sit down at your computer, whether you're going to go, whether you're not working and you're going to give 8 hours a day to this, or whether you're working and you're just trying to fit it in the evening, it is imperative that you know exactly what you're doing day to day. So this is why you get quicker results that way, and then this is the key to business. And I'm not speaking down or saying that I know it all. I'm just giving you exactly what I've learned, what I use in my business. The key to it is this: getting results as quickly as possible, analysing those results as quickly as possible. Like, spend time on it, but don't spend weeks on it. And then seeing from those results which direction to then take. So it's a bit like a tree growing, okay? Picture in your head a tree, and you've got a trunk, and it starts off as just a trunk, no branches or anything like that. And as your business starts growing, the trunk goes up, and I know this sounds weird, but bear with me, as it goes up, it starts branching out. And that's what you want your business to be. That's what you will find it be as you start building the sites which are the trunk. So you're building 1 site, 2 sites, 3 sites, 4, 5 and so on. You'll start to notice sales popping. And then from those sales, we know that that site is worth building on. So you focus on where the money is and you start building on the sites. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. All I need from you is to dedicate yourself to this. Again, I'm not going to give you so much work that you're literally, wow, how the hell am I going to do that? It's obviously going to be put into perspective so you can take action. But what you will need to do is dedicate yourself, follow the course. We will have fun. It's something that's not mentioned very much on coaching, but we will have fun. It's all about fun. This is the thing. This is what I ask you to remember. If you're looking to make money online genuinely, and that's who I believe that I'm speaking to, it should be about fun. You know, and I won't go on too long, I'll stop the video, but I just want to say this. If you've lost the fun aspect, so if you're sort of watching this and you think, oh, I find it such a grind though, and it's all like, I would say if you seriously hate it, all this stuff, all this online stuff, I'd say leave it. Don't waste your time with it, because it's your life. And I know that's getting really deep, but it's about building a lifestyle you want. And the only way that you will build a lifestyle you want is with focus. With focus, and like I've explained, getting results, building on those results, and working hard in an effort to then have the lifestyle you want. So you can, here's the thing, and I'll sort of end on saying this. I'm not saying if you've only got half hour a week, 30 minutes a week to dedicate to this, it's not for you. You're going to need to be able to dedicate at least 2 hours in a week to this, and I recommend more. For those of you that really want to go for it, I recommend as long as possible. But you know, if you've got more time, you get quicker results. But I'd say 2 to 5 hours is the bare minimum, and I'd recommend 10 hours to this to really start a business. And then 10 hours is absolutely nothing. You know, most people watch over 2 hours of TV every night, and that's on a working week. So 2 times 5 is 10. There's your 10 hours. So just stop TV for a week. And I know that sounds mad. I've actually done it. I'm honestly, I believe a good leader, if I'm sort of going to call myself that, or a good teacher, you shouldn't ask anyone to do anything that you wouldn't do. When I got started online, I was literally getting in from work, my job, my day job, and working through to about 12 at night. So I was getting in at like 5:30. I was having some tea, something to eat. I was maybe watching half hour of telly, getting through to 7 or 8 even, like an hour. And then I was giving it a good 2-3 hours all the way to 12 o'clock before I had to put my tired head down and then work. And even now I work, most days I work 12 hours, if not longer. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I get to work on my terms, but you will find what you're comfortable with. You don't need masses of time. It depends what you're trying to do, okay? But if you're looking for a job replacing income, that's the way to do it. Focus, keep on going, see where your results are, focus on the results you're getting, focus on where the money is. And here's the cool thing. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I will stop the video now. There's 5 spots left. Grab a spot. I'd love to have you with us. And I honestly believe you're going to absolutely love this, and we will be covering stuff to get you results and everything. So I'm looking forward to meeting you, and because I've got a small group of people, it's going to be very personable, and it's going to be great fun, and we're going to have question and answers, and we'll have a good laugh and compare results, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So if it sounds like what you want to do, grab a coaching spot and you will receive your welcome pack with all the information ready for the first class, which is an hour long on Friday. Thanks for listening, guys. I made it a bit longer, but I hope it all made sense, and I'd love to see you inside. Cheers, guys.